What do you do after a movie has come to a close? I'm betting if there's enough room for you to do so, you try and come up with your own interpretation of what you've just seen. We all do it. It makes us feel big and clever and like we've achieved something, even though we actually just sat in a dark room for 2 hours. Sometimes these humdrum concepts actually have a touch of logic behind them. The more you think about it, the more they start to make sense. Then you post it on the internet and if someone agrees with you, forget about it. It's now a fact. I'm Simon from Whatculture, and this is 9 insane movie theories that actually make sense. Number 9. The mayor in Jaws has been covering up shark attacks for years. So we're in Bizarro land already. That didn't take long. But, short life lesson. If you're a mayor of a town or of a city, don't cover up shark attacks. It's weird and it doesn't sort the problem at all. It's like when your mum told you to tidy your room and you just put all that crap under the bed instead. But when the body of a young girl is discovered in Amity, Mayor Larry Vaughn refuses to close the beaches because of tourism, even though new police chief Martin Brody is adamant he does.
The beaches are open and the people are having a wonderful time. Amity, as you know, means friendship.
Money is more important than life, clearly. The key here, however, is that Brody is the new chief of police. While Jaws is structured to make it seem like this death is the first in a series of attacks, there's a theory that suggests the mayor has been covering up things for years in order to keep the economy of this town ticking over. What if the last police chief was on the take too, hence why nothing was done about it? It's just one big cover-up. But now with a new face on the scene, things have changed. May just be true when you think about it. Number 8. Gandalf actually told the Fellowship to use the eagles in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. You know the stupidest thing about Lord of the Rings? Frodo f***ing walks to Mount Doom. He walks! Which is even dumber because Gandalf can summon massive eagles that will literally fly you anywhere you want to go. And guess who's right there in front of your face? F***ing Gandalf. What are you doing, you moronic hobbit? Thing is though, Gandalf technically did instruct the Fellowship to use such a method of transportation. When the bearded wizard is facing off against the Balrog on the bridge of Khazad-dûm, what were his last words? They were, "Fly, you fools." Now, many believe this to be a figure of speech. Fly meaning to run, get out of here, bust and leave.
Get out! Out!
But what if Gandalf meant it literally as in, fly in the air on a massive bird? They really could have saved themselves a lot of time and a lot of hassle. Number 7. The Big Lebowski is based around the cards in a tarot deck. While there may be countless theories as to what the Big Lebowski really means, one of the weirder ones comes in the form of a tarot deck. You know, those cards that pretend to tell your future with pictures. Those things. To break such a concept down, for starters we have the dude taking on the role of the fool, who is shown falling off a cliff in some tarot decks. Given the dude falls over a lot in the movie, there is some reasoning there. Next, we have Walter, a man who has a brash attitude and a love of guns.
I'm crazy!
Therefore, he is similar to Justice. As for Donnie, he's Star, and that's why there's a star on his urn. Pretty far-fetched, right? But some people have truly bought into it hook, line and sinker, even though it's probably nonsense. Number 6. The little kid at the end of Forrest Gump isn't actually Forrest Gump's son. Right, this one is just mean. The ending of Forrest Gump is one of the saddest and most poignant in all of movies. Don't screw around with it. And yet the internet already has. To be fair, we do not know for sure that Forrest Jr. is actually Forrest Gump's son. We're asked to believe that love interest Jenny is just telling the truth. So, with that said, some people think Jenny knew she was dying, so lied to Forrest about the child, knowing he would take care of it as if it was his own. In short, she was protecting her son's best interests. That also makes Jenny a sociopath and turns the film right on its head. So I refuse to believe that one. Onwards we go. Number 5. Alfred is actually Bruce Wayne's father in the Dark Knight trilogy. There's no two ways about it. Alfred is a damn good butler. Given that his main role should just be cooking and cleaning, he goes out of his way to do almost everything he can for Bruce Wayne. The billionaire would be nothing without him. It's almost like he's a father figure. But what if he's actually just the father? One theory notes that Martha Wayne had an affair with Alfred and that Bruce is his actual son, hence why he treats him the way he does. He can't tell Master Wayne that though because, well, look at the man. He's screwed up enough as it is. Plus, it would be the end of Batman and, as Alfred himself says, Gotham needs Batman. So maybe it's true. Number 4. Stan Lee is the Watcher of the universe in every Marvel movie. Stan Lee appears in every Marvel movie you can think of, always making sure he has a cameo role. It's a nice thing to look out for so you can kick your buddy in the shin during the film and shout, "There's Stan Lee!"
How do you like it, huh? You jerk!
It's a lovely moment for both yourself and the dozens of other people in the cinema you've just pissed off. What if his role is bigger though? Many hardcore comic fans believe that Lee is actually a Watcher, which when it comes to Marvel are omniscient beings whose job it is to keep an eye on things and then note it all down. And let's face it, he is there in every movie doing just that. At least it gives him a reason to be there other than just, "I'm Stan Lee, put me in the movie." Although he did create Marvel, so I guess that's fair. Number 3. Cobb's totem in Inception wasn't the spinning top, it was actually his wedding ring. When you're jumping through dreams within a dream in a dream that's in another dream, you gotta have a totem. In short, it's a way of figuring out where the hell you currently are because you chose a line of work that's no good for anyone's mental health. In Inception, Leonardo DiCaprio's Dom Cobb has a spinning top to signify this. If it spins forever, he knows he's in a dream. If it fails, he's not. Some people, though, think his totem was actually his wedding ring. It sounds like hullabaloo at first, but it's a fact that Cobb's wedding ring can be seen in every single dream scene and never in any scenes that are set in the real world, which is actually rather interesting. No one has ever clarified it either, so you're gonna have to make your own mind up. Number 2, Labyrinth is a metaphor for a teenager's onset of puberty. There's always one, isn't there? Always got a sneaker theory about how a kid's film is actually about the journey into adulthood. With Labyrinth, however, it may be a little more cut and dry. To begin with, the plot of Labyrinth is a young girl searching for a baby. I mean, that's pretty obvious as to what the subtext may be straight away. Next, she is trapped in what is essentially a maze, which is, as we know, an odd and constantly changing place that's difficult to emerge from. So that's now 2 for 2. Then there's David Bowie's Jareth. He thrusts and gyrates his way through the film, which could indicate he's the representation of something else a young lady's gonna have to put up with. Horny teenage idiots. Hard to argue that one. Labyrinth will never be the same again. Number 1. The king and queen from Frozen are actually Tarzan's parents. That's gibberish, that. They are literally just words someone's put together. They're 2 separate movies! Stop crossing the streams. Here's the rundown, however. In Frozen, the king and queen of Arendelle, also Elsa and Anna's parents, go away and are then killed when their ship is destroyed in a storm. Nice and light kid stuff there. In Tarzan, the opening scene is a flaming ship that's caught fire because of a storm, and the only survivors are a man, a woman, and a baby. They get to shore, mum and dad are basically eaten by a cheetah, the kid survives, becomes Tarzan, classic stuff. I'm sure you've already figured it out, but a very popular fan theory suggests Tarzan's parents are the king and queen of Arendelle. It does fit, and even Chris Buck, the director of Frozen, is a fan of the idea. And he worked on Tarzan too, so we can just say it's the truth. A horrific, very depressing truth. Good work, team. Know of any other crazy fan theories? Let us know in the comments below, and then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm Simon from Whatculture, and I'll chat to you again soon.